He looked the officer dead in the eye and said, "I'm with the Bureau." The cop blinked. "Doesn't matter." 10 minutes later, guess who had cuffs on? It was 6:42 in the evening when Darren Miles noticed the red and blue lights bouncing off his side mirror. Twilight had just started to wash over Grayfield County, North Carolina. The sky still glowed amber. Kids were pedaling around, laughing near sprinklers in the warm air. Darren was winding through a quiet block outside Haleton, almost home after a long day in Raleigh. He'd spent hours on intel briefings and paperwork for the federal coordination team. No field work, no arrests, just stale donuts and bullet point plans. He was cruising now, taking it easy in his graphite sedan at a smooth 27 miles per hour, barely nudging the speed limit. There was no music, no phone call, just him, the steady drone of his AC, and the low hum of tires on pavement. Then came the county sheriff's vehicle, a boxy Ford, lights on, but no sirens. It tucked in behind him fast. Darren let out a quiet breath. He flicked on his blinker and rolled to a gentle stop. He'd been pulled over before. It was never fun, especially not here. Not with his skin. Not in this part of the county. He powered down the engine, cracked the window halfway, and raised both hands to the wheel. His movements were slow, methodical, practiced, deliberate. The officer got out. White guy, thick arms, close haircut, probably pushing 6 feet. Sunglasses still on, even though dusk had dimmed the road. His hand hung just a little too close to the grip of his holstered weapon. No good evening, no intro, just a look, the kind you get when someone's already made up their mind about you. "You live around here?" Darren didn't turn his head. He kept his voice calm. "Yes, sir." The cop tilted his head like he didn't buy it. "License and registration." "They're in my jacket and glove box," Darren said, nodding. "I'm going to reach slowly." No reply, just a stare. Darren moved like molasses, slow, clear, no surprises. Wallet first, then registration. He placed both on the dashboard before handing them over. "Mind telling me why I'm being stopped?" "You were crawling through the neighborhood," the officer said. "Looks suspicious." "Suspicious," Darren echoed. "Looking at houses. Acting off. Someone called it in. I'm going 27. I live down the road. Just trying to get home. You got anything in the vehicle I need to know about?" That was it. The moment shifted. Darren kept still. "Excuse me. You acting jumpy," the officer said. "I'm asking if there's a reason for that." "I'm not jumpy," Darren replied. "I'm just exhausted. Been on duty since 7 a.m. I'd like to get home." "Step out of the car." "What?" Darren asked, blinking. "You heard me." He breathed in, slowly. "Officer, I'm with the federal investigative team. Badge and ID are in my wallet, right there." The man stepped back, but his hand hovered near his belt. "I don't care who you say you are. Out. Now." The words didn't come with volume. They came with weight. Darren lifted the wallet, held it through the window. Badge clear. ID readable. Official seal glinting under the fading sun. Special Agent Darren Miles. "I'm not a threat. I just want to get home." The cop didn't look at the badge. Didn't blink. He tapped his shoulder radio. "Got a male subject, not complying. Claims federal status. Need backup." Darren clenched his jaw. Not in rage. In control. This was no misunderstanding anymore. It was something else. Something worse. "You're making a mistake," he said, voice granite. The name patch on the cop's shirt read B. Harper. Not new to the job, but not ranking either. The kind who knew how to puff his chest and test boundaries. "You think that toy badge lets you mouth off?" Darren said nothing. Just unbuckled. Calm. Composed. Then he stepped out. "I'm complying. But I'm making this clear. I'm not resisting. I am not a danger. And you need to get your supervisor here now." The shove came quick. Not brutal. Just enough to prove something. Darren didn't react. "I'm not warning you as a civilian," he said. "I'm warning you as a federal agent. This will be reviewed. Every part of it." Harper stepped in, nose to nose. "Is that a threat?" "It's a warning," Darren replied. Then came the cuffs. Cold steel snapped around his wrist. That's when things changed. Across the street, a woman stopped watering her garden. A jogger paused. A kid on a porch raised his phone, recording. Darren made eye contact with the kid. Said nothing. "Just let the lens do its job." "I want this on the record," Darren said loud and even. I'm Special Agent Darren Miles. You are detaining me unlawfully. I've not resisted. This officer is breaking protocol. Keep talking, Harper muttered. Let's see how tough you sound in the back seat. That's when the radio buzzed. Backup incoming. 2 minutes. Harper leaned in. I don't care what agency you pretend to work for. You don't belong here. You don't get to decide that, Darren said. Your badge doesn't erase mine. Second cuff locked. Then the second cruiser arrived, followed by a third. The lead officer stepped out. Tall woman, mid-40s, tightly wound bun, and the stride of someone who ran things. Lieutenant Raina McCall. She scanned the scene. Saw the cuffs. The agent badge on the roof of the car. Saw Harper. Saw the phones recording. It took her 2 seconds. Status, she barked. Subject was acting off. Claimed FBI. Refused instructions, Harper said. McCall walked straight to the badge. Flipped it open. Froze. Agent Miles? She asked. That's me, he said. You cuffed a federal agent? She snapped at Harper. He he was evasive. Could be fake. Did you check the ID? Silence. Agent Miles, McCall said. Are you carrying? No weapon. Off duty. Officer Ramirez, she called. Uncuff him. Darren rubbed his wrists as the cuffs came off. Red marks already blooming. Harper tried to explain himself. McCall shut him down. Was the car stolen? No. Did he resist? No, but he had an attitude. McCall interrupted. That's your case. I want her body cam. Now, when Harper handed it over, McCall hit play. Everyone watched. Calm voice. Steady tone. Clear ID. Not a single step out of line. She clicked it off. You ignored ID. Escalated a stop. Detained a federal officer unlawfully. But he was... Enough, she cut him off. You're off duty. Internal Affairs is getting the report. Are you serious? There are cameras on you. And this isn't going away. Darren turned to McCall. Quietly said, you stopped this from becoming something it didn't need to be. She nodded. Wasn't policing. That was ego. Phones were still filming. Neighbors still watching. One clap broke the silence. Then another. Not loud, but real. Officer Harper, McCall said. You're under arrest. Cuff him. Harper's face drained. You can't be serious. You assaulted a federal agent and lied about it. That's not policy failure. That's criminal. Darren said nothing. Didn't need to. McCall stayed cool. No smirk. No power trip. Just process. Later, as Darren leaned on his car, a voice broke through. You kept your cool, man. It was the kid from the porch. Still holding the phone. You didn't snap. You just stood tall. I shouldn't have to do that, Darren said. But sometimes, staying calm is the only way to survive. What's your name? Darren asked. Tyrese. Well, Tyrese, Darren said. Keep that footage safe. Not for me. For you. Tyrese nodded. Yes, sir. Before Darren got in, McCall called out. I need a witness statement. You want to do it here or tomorrow? I'll stop by tomorrow, Darren said. Tonight, I just want peace. He paused at the door. You think anything will happen to him? McCall crossed her arms. I can't promise punishment, but I can promise truth. That's where it starts. Darren nodded, got in, and drove off slow. No rush. Just wind on his face and a mind sharper than before.